Is that what comedy is? Testicle
Frankly,
things?
yeah.
All comedies balls.
I see. That was silly.
Unless it's butts and occasionally boobs, which are also hilarious. I saw, for some reason,
I saw boobs for some reason is what I thought you were gonna say.
For some reason on Wish, those Wish advertisements on like Instagram, they suggested big plastic bosoms to me. And I laughed and laughed. Honestly, I was like, this is comedy as I haven't seen in a long time.
My Wish algorithm, because I click through sometimes because it's just something that is so weird. I'm like, what the fuck is this being? It's so bizarre now.
Oh, dude, like items from an alternate universe. Like
Monstruco brand products.
Truly. It'll be like, do you need a chicken peeler? You're like, what? You don't peel.
I mean, maybe. What part of the chicken needs to be peeled?
You don't.
Well, that's
peel
why you got to
chickens.
click through.
Not in this reality, at least.
I buy things for you guys, paranormally based. You know about it.
Sure, that's true.
Jordan, did you get your coasters, or do I gotta talk to
someone? Is that you?
Oh,
you didn't know where they came from?
I didn't know where they came from. This is my first. This is the final gear locking into place of a puzzle. Thank you. They're delightful.
Okay, the point is, I buy things for you guys, paranormal based, magic based, and whatnot. So
True.
Wish thinks I'm starting a witch coven.
You are well. First of all,
I think
let's
you
not
technically are.
Let's not count anything out. The night is young. I think we're all gonna have need of some of the more ancient religions in the dark years to come.
Oh yeah, did you know that there's more spirit boards than just Ouija by Mattel?
What? What do you mean?
Yeah, dude, there's some fancy spirit boards like made of bone.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Do we want a Ouija board made of bone?
I mean, obviously.
No, I want a boogie board made of Ouija.
Yeah, I thought you meant like other boards. Like, man, there's other ways to contact the dead through shredding, man. Hop on my 2-man snowboard.
Did you know if you do a double staircase gap, Tony Hawk's father talks to you?
That just a portal opens and swallows you, and you go into the nether realm, and you skate with Scorpion. What are we doing? Are we recording? Is this the Grave Nugget?
Yeah, we've been recording for 3 minutes.
Oh, nice. Fun. I hope all our mics were on so we captured some of this shit. God. Anyway,
sound check.
Sound check. We did it. Patrons, welcome. The Dark Council. Thank you for. You're probably wondering why we've asked you all here today.
Yes.
And it's to talk to you about the Grave Nugget. We're serving up an extra spicy skateboards in hell flavored Grave Nugget. It's not. That has nothing to do. As always, that has nothing to do with the topic. But
believe it or not, it actually is about skateboards. No, it's not.
Oh, God. See, not. Now you.
It's brought to us by Nate, the trickiest of hosts.
Now I got he is the Loki of this podcast for sure. He's the trickster spirit. He made me excited about my own podcast and then depressed again.
About my own podcast.
It does have to do with a cube, however, and there is a movie called Gleaming the Cube.
Love
so we can bring it around a little.
Love it. Starring who was in that movie?
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Alfonso Ribeiro.
I think he was not the Fresh Prince. If anything, he was the what kind of prince was he? He was a prince, but he was a corny prince.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was a corny collared polo shirt wearing prince.
You know the Prince and the Pauper? That's who I always thought about.
Tom Jones loving.
Yeah,
sure.
He's Tom Jones. Tom Jones's illegitimate child.
Sure. Got that dance down. Where were we?
Grave Nugget. Nate.
Grave Nugget. Take it away.
Well, we're going to Poland.
Away. All right, bye. It's been a good Grave Nugget. Sorry.
This is from the firstnews.com. which for some reason has a quote from Joseph Conrad right up front.
From the Heart of Darkness.
Yeah, I think it's just from him. He says, I must have been inspired.
He says, remember to pick up milk, cabbage.
The article is Close Encounter of the Third Kind, the mystery surrounding an alleged alien abduction that still captures the imagination.
Ooh, love it. Love a good alien story.
Oh, we're going full alien today, baby.
I like it.
Tucked away in the quiet village of Emilsyn in southeastern Poland is a unique memorial featuring a cube balanced on a plinth. It commemorates an alleged alien abduction that whisked a local farmer away in a UFO.
Whoa.
Just what happened on May 10th, 1978 to 71-year-old Jan Volsky is still a source of intense debate about whether or not it was a close encounter of the third kind.
What year was this?
78.
So like they had just gotten the cube, basically.
Well, yeah. On that day, Volsky was on his way home driving a horse-drawn carriage. So yeah, they probably just got the cube.
Right. What was the country? Poland?
Poland, yes.
Poland. So rural Poland. That's where the Rubik's Cube came from, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe, yes.
So yeah, the cube hit Poland in the late 70s, early 80s, and it hit them hard. So keep that in mind when you hear this story.
Keep that in mind.
What is cube?
In 1 year, the Polish culture progressed 50,000 years.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Poland. I'm just sore about Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red, whatever.
He's sore about a game he enjoys, Mike.
I love it.
Go on, Nate.
Yeah, on that day, Volsky was on his way home driving a horse-drawn carriage when all of a sudden, two small beings with olive skin, webbed hands, and slanting eyes apparently appeared next to him and led him to a small clearing where a UFO was waiting.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Get in, loser. We're going butt stuff.
Speaking in a language the farmer didn't recognize, the creatures took him to a white craft which was about half the size of a bus and happened to be hovering 5 meters above the ground.
Okay.
Once inside, he was examined by the strange visitors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Two journalists, Kristina Adamska and Henryk Pomorski, spoke to Volsky shortly after the extraordinary event. Quote, I tied my horse, then got off and went after them toward that machine, the farmer said in the interview. There was a tiny elevator of some kind for 2 people to hold. Maybe it wouldn't carry 2 large people, but it could surely carry 2 slight people. And then one of them went up and put his foot inside this craft. I followed him and was rapidly carried up to the entrance of the craft. They indicated that I had to undress, he continued.
Now we're talking.
How do you think they indicated he had to undress?
Well, they don't speak the language.
This is my favorite part about linguistics is when two cultures who don't speak the same language have to indicate something.
I think they probably turned the lights down and put on some like sexy music, and they were like, "Now is the time to undress."
All right, I get that. That's good.
The same way we all indicate that it's, time for romance. You turn the lights down, you put on some It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You do some dabs and fall asleep.
But your pants are off.
Pants are off.
I assume one of the aliens just pulled off their like rip away track pants and pointed at him.
Just muttered out what he thought was our human or English or I don't know what the Polish word for same is. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's probably same.
So like do.
Yeah, do. They just point at you and show pants. Put on Magic Mike. And be like, monkey see, monkey do.
XXL or the first one?
I mean XXL, obviously. The more
Nate.
Mike, the more magic.
Well, when I was partially undressed above my waist, but then I received an order to undress completely. So I took off my shoes. One of the beings then appeared in front of me with an appliance in the form of 2 dishes combined in its hand.
Uh-oh.
he
Real
held the-
3 shell situation. I'm very confused about what to
Yes.
do.
Suprobulator.
He held the saucers to my front, then turned me around, holding my arm slightly. Then he raised my arm up and began to do something at my side with those plates. Then from behind and on the other side. Then he indicated that I should get dressed, and as I did this, I looked around, but there were neither windows nor visible lights.
Oh, that's it. Okay, no butt stuff. Good.
But no visible lights is something I hear a lot. You're just kind of like in a room and like
And there's,
stuff
like,
is
bright?
emanating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just and stuff is just happening to you with these plates that they're putting all over you.
Yeah.
I got plated by aliens the other day.
Put the plates on him. Touch him with the plates.
I mean, it sounds with this next paragraph that they were going for some consent. After they finished, the beings offered Volsky some sort of icicles, but when he refused, he was
What?
politely let go.
All right. I would have
this
took the
is-
icicles.
These are Otter Pops. We don't know what you do.
Wait, say that line again. Like he was just offered icicles?
He was
Yeah.
offered some sort of icicle, and then he refused and was politely let go.
Maybe it just looked like an icicle to him, I don't know.
Yeah, it was cold. I would have accepted it still.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in this weird scenario. My pants
Dude,
are off, you know.
Yeah, that's the drop for the quest, That's your loot.
Mhm.
But I think that maybe they were implying we're going to do some butt stuff,
Mm.
but
Yeah, but
only
it's
if
gonna
you
be
want
cold.
to.
Oh, they were like, select your butt thing.
Yeah.
Select your
See,
icicle. And he was like,
that's
no,
just-
none, thanks.
That's just
I'm
a
good.
stereotype of aliens. They're done with their butt research.
Yeah, but
They've
in the
been so
50s
done with their butt research.
In the 50s, they were deep in the throes of trying to discern what butts could teach us.
Yeah, and we're in the 70s now. So like they're done
All right,
with
you're
butts.
fair. You're fair. You true.
I think
you
this
do-
is what
you
you
do
said.
true.
This is that drop that he needed to accept that would have unlocked the next level, and he refused, so he had to go home.
Interesting.
Could have taken
interesting.
home a couple frosty fingers.
True.
This was the testimony the farmer gave first to his family and neighbors, and later to Zbigniew Blania Bolnar, an ufologist from Lodz.
Which is
Bla-
a planet in the Gleepglorp sector.
Blania Bolnar, who later wrote a book about the encounter, prepared thorough documentation hoping to prove beyond doubt that visitors from another planet had come to the village in the Lubelski region and abducted one of its residents for a short time.
Okay.
Although the flying saucer was nowhere to be found when people went to the site of the alleged abduction, strange footprints were visible all over the clearing.
Okay.
The alien craft was also supposedly seen by a boy from Emelsin, Adam Popolyik.
Doesn't say how the footprints were strange.
No, they're just little footprints, I guess.
Okay.
Seen by the boy, Adam Popolyik, who alerted his mother about a falling plane.
Oh, okay.
So either there was a plane crash that no one noticed,
Or an alien crash.
or an alien crash.
Or both. Or, any other number of, I guess, meteorological happenstances, your swamp gases, etc. But come on.
Yeah,
I
but
just-
I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
I kind of like the idea of the falling plane, though. Like it wasn't soaring down to the earth.
Oh, it's just like falling
straight down.
yeah, not gliding, just falling straight down.
Well, hey, listen, I don't want to trigger anybody's phobias or anything, but that shit happens. Sometimes planes are just like, nah, that's it.
I've had enough. It just hits a wall, goes straight down.
No more plane. Want to be car.
Transformers, man, they're out there. Be
They are
careful.
out there, and they are whimsical creatures, changing, putting on new vehicles like the rest of us put on hats.
And they're just filled with the gore and viscera of everyone who climbed inside
Yes,
before they
yes.
became a robot again.
That is what greases the wheels of Transformer Society. That's what they eat. Yes.
What
The-
is the best lubricant?
If they can't get energon, the next best thing is a drunk lady who thinks she's getting in an Uber. Nom 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 nom.
The aftermath of the alleged UFO sighting proved unfortunate for the Volsky family. Shortly after the event, different family members started to fall ill. One of his sons, Edward, died in mysterious circumstances 3 years later.
Laser poisoning. Nobody knows what happened.
I mean, that's I don't know if we've ever covered it, but in the Brazil flap of UFOs from the 80s,
Sure.
there were people who allegedly died from laser poisoning.
Laser based suicide. He shot himself 74 times with a phase with a pulse rifle.
His body was found in a nearby forest. Today, the Volsky farm is abandoned. Several other people tried to unravel the mystery of Emelson. Krzysztof Drozd, the author of Emelson 197 In Search of Truth, and publicist Bartosz Radolczewski re-examined all the documentation prepared by initial researchers such as Blania Bolnar and suggested strongly that the whole case could have been a hoax. With inconsistencies in the first investigation and a tendency to look for confirmation rather than evidence, it's hard to now say what really happened.
Yeah, I want to see these footprints. I want to see these feet prints.
You would think they would have taken some pictures.
Pics, or it didn't happen. I want to see the body. Is there something weird about it? Did it look like somebody touched it with dishes? Which I hear happens.
I hear that happens. Why though? What was the purpose of the dishes?
You know, it seems to me that the dishes are maybe some sort of like look inside you thing, and the aliens were looking for something. Honestly, maybe it was as simple as like, well, something has my keys are somewhere.
Well, they were trying to see where an icicle would fit if they had to fit it inside.
We're looking for maybe a chute or an entrance. Okay, we found one. Now, if you're into it, these are some icicles we have. Yeah.
You know, we like to think that aliens are advanced, but I really do think after hearing the story that, like Edison putting just random bits of whatever into the light bulb to see what would burn, these aliens are just putting icicles next to whatever to see what will not turn into ice when they touch them.
Interesting.
And maybe he escaped an not evil, but awful experiment.
Or maybe he escaped being an X-Man and they were going to be like, okay, you have ice powers now.
I don't think he escaped being an X-Men. I think he turned down the gift.
Turn down the gift.
Well, I think the whole point of the X-Men is that they can't turn it down.
Take the loot. Always take the loot. You know, if the creatures try to give you something, take it. So you can be like, look, I was there. They gave me this icicle. It doesn't melt and it picks up FM radio. I don't know.
I don't know why it does, though.
That's what they gave me.
You want to listen to the top 10?
We can do it right now on my icicle from space.
Any more, Nate?
Yeah, this is the last paragraph of this article. Whether one believes the story or not, the fact is that the UFO memorial is standing in Emelson to this day, attracting tourists and extraterrestrial enthusiasts, which makes it sound like it's attracting people from space who are enthusiastic about this cube.
Sure. Which, hey, I mean, you know, I think they would have an interest in it. Aliens love cubes, too.
They love cubes.
Almost as much as the Polish.
Well, you know, they'd be flying around in cubes if they weren't so caught up on this whole saucer thing.
They love triangles now. Triangles are all the rage. In the 90s, I should say.
The idea for it came from the Nautilus Foundation, which examines inexplicable events such as the one in the village with the support of local authorities. There's also a time capsule buried next to the monument to be opened in 3011.
Ooh, a good year, a good vintage.
But yeah, that's the story of...
And for the Dark Council, I posted a link with the cube if you want to see it. It's
the
awesome.
Cube. All hail the cube.
All hail the cube.
So what do we think? Are we do you guys hail the cube?
Oh man, I might hail the cube. I didn't know about it. I didn't know I believed in a god, but might be the only thing I believe in.
You and never had a friend like cube.
I usually hail my cube slightly before I go to sleep.
Sure. Yeah, you know what? I'm for it. Hail the cube. Hail the cube. The obelisk deserted us. Forget about it. Hail the cube.
The cube's been around, is loved, is worshipped. It's part of the community. It's not going anywhere.
Part of the cube Community.
Yeah.
Is that anything? Did I?
Yep.
No?
You did.
Okay. Well, I think that about
Gleam
does it
those cubes.
for today's episode. Today's Grave Nugget, should I say? Gleam those cubes, as we always say. Gleam those cubes, Skate Man Joe, is what we like to say.
Very good.
Yep, pretty good. Do you think people know what gleaming the cube is? Are we just being old and
No,
in the way?
They
What
absolutely did
happened?
not. And it wasn't a thing that was an actual part of skateboarding when they made that movie.
Gleaming the Cube was a movie
Gleaming the Cube was completely invented.
starring
a sweet
I
fake skate
believe
move.
Chris who
Nova
was the
Selleck.
guy? No, who was the guy in that movie?
Christopher Walken.
He was also in Cuffs.
Yeah, Christian
Slater. Yes.
As in AC Slater, as
Yes.
in A Cube Slater.
Who was in a different movie with Kevin Bacon, therefore I win or something.
Yeah, 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon. We did it again.
Yes, we've done it again. Well, boys, another successful piece of content.
We've successfully once again located Kevin Bacon.
Surviving the apocalypse here on the internet with the homies. Shout out to the Dark Council. Thank you so much for coming and kicking it in the Zoom room. Kylie, Jessica, Carrying Soldier, Adric. I don't know why I said Carrying Soldier. Like I put some kind of I'm not that street. I wish I was. But thank you for coming and kicking it. And I think we'll get out of here and go do some news. There's some crazy news on the horizon. And I think it's safe to say for January, it's Alienuary, you guys. It's all aliens all the time. So
we'll figure
ready.
out how to spell it. We'll make
Get
a
ready.
hashtag.
Yeah. All I'm saying is guard your probe holes. Here come those aliens. Our favorite sign off line of the new year. I think that does it for this one, guys. Thank you very much. As always, our super secret sign off line. Trust the moon, space gouge.